Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Knuckles MMA, and I'm back with another video. The countdown is new now. I don't know why they changed it. Sounds really weird, but hey, who cares? It's still a countdown. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about the featherweight division, but we're gonna be playing a little bit of matchmaker. I'm gonna add this to the series as well. Let's hop straight into the video. I'm not gonna hold y'all that long. As always, we start from number 15, going all the way up to the champion. Starting off with number 15, Dan Ige. Dan Ige, a very good fighter. I like Dan Ige. You know, he steps in on short notice whenever he needs to. He's a very reliable guy. I really like Dan Ige. Although he is coming off of 2 losses against elite people. You know, he fought Lerone Murphy, lost a decision. I really like Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy's a really good added contender to the featherweight division. He also came off of that like 10-second um comeback for Lopez to have an opponent at catchweight. You know, he did lose that fight. Beat Andre Fili beat Andre Fili, lost to Bryce Mitchell. I really like this dude. I really do. I like Dan Ige. He has lost to a lot of people lately. You know, he is 18-9 in the UFC, but he just wants to fight. He's not looking for anything specific. On April 12th, he is fighting Sean Woodson. And I think that's going to be a really good fight. Sean Woodson has been on somewhat of like he's been on a win streak. Not even somewhat. He's actually been on a win streak. And I'm happy for him to get a top 15 opponent, especially Dan Ige. I do think Dan Ige could etch out a decision, but Sean Woodson, he's just something else. You know, he's a tall, lengthy kind of dude, and I think that Ige could probably catch him, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Goodness. But yeah, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. Um, on to number 14, Calvin Kattar, another man right here. He is coming off a loss against Yusuf Zalal. I did watch that fight. Zalal, he picked him apart on the feet. He really did. Cater's Cater's on a losing streak right now. He's on a he's on a 4 fight losing streak. You know, if this was anybody else, they'd be cut from the UFC. But man, Calvin Kattar, I don't know where to start with this dude. I love Calvin Kattar, bro. You know, not just because he's from Massachusetts, but I really like Calvin Kattar. He's a down to earth guy. I would love to meet Calvin Kattar. He I have nothing but respect for this guy. And it's unfortunate to see that he is on a little bit of a losing skid right now, but I think he can come back. And I hope that Calvin Kattar does get like maybe an easier opponent, but I don't think he's gonna fight anybody in this ranking. To be flat out honest with you, I mean, maybe he could fight a Bryce Mitchell, like if Bryce loses to Gene Silva, but I really don't know, man. I don't. I think he could fight somebody like a Gene Silva, or he could fight Sean Woodson. Like after the Ige fight. Um, if Ige goes into the if Ige leaves the rankings and Sean Woodson takes his spot instead. But I don't know. I don't know where to put Calvin Kattar right now, because for me he's kind of in a limbo, because you are on a 4 fight losing streak, so there's a possibility he could be cut from the UFC. That is a possibility, but hoping that he doesn't, he'll probably fight like a non-ranked guy, or he might get Unfortunately, he might get like a Sean Woodson or a Gene Silva coming off of a win. Um, and that's really all I have for Calvin Kattar. You know, it really sucks to see one of my favorite fighters at such a low right now. On to number 13, Bryce Mitchell. Man, Thug Nasty, man. He's in some hot water right now. I'm gonna be honest because of the things he said and how he's acted lately, and I don't know. He is coming off of I believe it was a KO. It might have been, yeah, KO TKO of Gracie, Chrome Gracie, and you know, Mitchell's. If you look at his record, he's a good fighter. You know, he's doing pretty good. Um, he is fighting Gene Silva. If you know how Gene Silva is, Bryce Mitchell is going to lose. Bryce Mitchell is going to lose. He's going to lose against Gene Silva. I'm not going to say he's going to get finished, but there's a possibility that Bryce Mitchell gets finished in that fight. Um, but if he does find a way to win, I would put him up against either Giga Chikadze or Yusuf Zalal because I don't think you should put him against somebody like Aljamain Sterling, and I think Lerone Murphy, who I actually will end up getting onto because he does have a really big fight for him soon. Um, but yeah, Lerone Murphy, he's going up. He's not gonna want to fight these dudes that are below him, two, three, four spots below him. Um, and Lerone Murphy, we're gonna get on him because he's another one I really like Lerone Murphy. Onto the newly I actually don't quote me. I don't think he's newly, but onto Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal, number 12, the Moroccan Devil, as he is called, is coming off of a boring but technical decision over Calvin Kattar. You know, he I really don't I don't know I really don't know what to say about Yusuf Zalal. For he's still kind of new to me. You know, I have seen him fight before, but I don't really know too much about the dude. You know, he is on a four fight skid now, which is really good. You know, wins over Billy Quantillo, you know, Aaron's, Jake Shore. He just beat Calvin Kattar. He's now number 12. Um, so yeah, I think Yusuf Zalal should fight Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling or Giga Chikadze. Giga Chikadze is kind of in like he's kind of in a good position right now because he could have a good amount of fights. He could also fight somebody that's unranked as well. As far for both of them, Giga or Yusuf Zalal. But as far as Yusuf Zalal goes, I think he should fight Giga Chikadze or Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling would be a really good test for Yusuf Zalal. I would give that to Aljamain Sterling, and if he does fight Giga Chikadze, give them an Apex card as a main event, or possibly as a co-main event um for something that's a little bit bigger as a main event. But yeah, I think Yusuf Zalal should fight Giga Chikadze, and honestly, I'll give that to Yusuf Zalal by decision. On to number 11, Giga Chikadze. Giga Chikadze is coming off of a decision loss against Arnold Allen, and Arnold Allen looked really good in that fight. He Giga Chikadze is coming, you know, he's kind of like a win some lose some kind of guy, you know, as you can see. Loses against Allen, you know, he won against Caracas, lost against Cater, won against Barbosa, and actually this was when he was on a little bit of a winning streak. But man, yeah, that again, Giga Chikadze, he's kind of in like this little he's kind of in like a content place because he could fight somebody that's not ranked. Or he could fight a Bryce Mitchell coming off of a loss against Gene Silva. He could fight a name like Sean Woodson after the Dan Ige fight. He could, I don't know, maybe they could rematch him against Calvin Kattar, which I think is like really unlikely, but they could put him against Calvin Kattar again. Bryce Mitchell would be a good name. He could fight Zalal, you know, Aljamain Sterling. Hey, that's why I say he's kind of in like he's in a good spot right now. On to number 11. This man right here, Lerone Murphy, and as you can see on the screen, he is fighting Josh Emmett. Let's see where Josh Emmett is on the rankings. He's number 8. Lerone Murphy's number 10. This is the biggest fight of Lerone Murphy's career, and it's scary. I have a lot of love for Lerone Murphy. This dude's undefeated. I really like the way he fights. The miracle. This kid is outstanding. I really like the way he fights, the way he goes about himself, the way he holds himself. Is he a little bit of a decision merchant? Yes. But he puts on those fights that are good. He really puts on fights that you're gonna look at and be like, hey, that kid's good. That's what really drew me to him. He is coming off of a win against Dan Ige, like I said with Dan Ige. And again, he's fighting Josh Emmett. That is a really scary fight, especially for Lerone Murphy. Now, Lerone Murphy is fast, and he can pick Josh Emmett apart on the feet. But man, Josh Emmett has that power that can like that. Lerone Murphy hasn't fought somebody that can hit him like that. Josh Emmett, even though he is older and he might be a little bit slower than Lerone Murphy and everything, man, Emmett's just you don't count Emmett out. Don't, because there's the possibility that Emmett could, it's either Emmett gets picked apart on the feet and he goes to a decision against Lerone Murphy, um, or Emmett kind of weathers the storm a little bit and he puts Lerone Murphy out. I don't see Josh Emmett winning by a decision whatsoever, especially against somebody like Lerone Murphy. Um, but man, for me, and this is like no bias, all bias aside and everything, I can genuinely see Lerone Murphy going for the body kicks, kind of mixing his takedowns and his striking. But I think Lerone Murphy is gonna go into this fight very, very careful. Mark my words when I say that. He's gonna go into this fight very careful, and this might be a very boring fight. Now, I'm gonna take a pause on saying who Lerone Murphy should fight next, because I don't know what's gonna happen in that fight, and I really do want to see it. Um, but if he does win, put him up against somebody like Yair Rodriguez or Brian Ortega. Put him up against somebody that can test him. Cool. On to number 9, Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling, I really like Aljamain Sterling. I do. I like that he moved up to featherweight after he did lose his belt to Sean O'Malley, which was perfectly fine. Aljamain Sterling, in my eyes, is a good fighter. I don't care what anybody says. I think he won that fight against Evloev. He did way more than what people thought he was gonna do against Evloev. I gave it to Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling is number 9. So, so. I would put Aljamain Sterling against Brian Ortega. I think this would be a really good fight, and I think this would be a good win for Aljamain Sterling. Now, don't get me wrong, Brian Ortega is still a threat. He still is a threat. But I think that Aljamain Sterling should fight another competitor who is above him. Let me see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 spots over him. And I think Aljamain Sterling is going to. I think he could dominate Brian Ortega. I really like the way Aljamain Sterling puts on the pressure. He kind of feels you out in that first round and everything, but I think he's going to put the pressure on Brian Ortega and he's going to etch out that win. So I think Aljamain Sterling should fight number 6, Brian Ortega. On to number 8. I'm going to keep number 8 short and sweet. Um, Josh Emmett, cool. He's coming off of that win against Mitchell. Now the thing is, Emmett has not fought since December 16th of 2023. That was a while ago. He hasn't fought in a little bit. I think he was hurt, and that's why he didn't fight. But now he's fighting somebody like Lerone Murphy, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But if Josh Emmett does find a way to win, um, give him Arnold Allen. I don't honestly I might think that Josh Emmett might retire if he does win against somebody like Lerone Murphy. Or maybe they might just shoot him up against, somebody like Evloev or Lopez coming off a loss or something. Or, I don't know. Yeah, but Emmett's up there in age, and I don't know how much longer he has in the division. Um, But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna keep that short and sweet. Um, on to Arnold Allen, number seven. Number seven, Arnold Allen. I really like Arnold Allen. He's he's hilarious. If you see his Twitter, he's like kid's a goofball. He really is. He's hilarious. Um, but I think Arnold Allen should I think he should fight wait, actually did he fight Evloev? I think he fought Evloev already. I think he fought Evloev already. Actually, that's not he did. And that's when every no. Okay, let me change my answer. Let me change my answer. I think Arnold Allen should fight Aljamain Sterling. Possibly that could possibly be a fight if Aljo doesn't get Brian Ortega. Or you can give him Yair on a loss to Patricky Pitbull. Um, yes, the count is out of the bag. If you have not known or you have not seen, Patricky Pitbull is coming to the UFC. He is fighting number five Yair Rodriguez. I think Patricky Pitbull's gonna win against Yair Rodriguez, and I think Yair Rodriguez should fight Arnold Allen. I know it's kind of like a reoccurring thing that I keep saying Yair's name, but Yair is in the top five. So everybody below him, all the elite people, Allen, Sterling, Murphy, Yusuf Zalal would have win, Gene Silva, Sean Woodson, like those kind of names after they're getting wins. Yeah, unfortunately, Evloev, Yair and Evloev, yeah, because Max is no longer in the he moved up to lightweight, and we will get to it soon, but the title's vacant right now. Ilya Taporia moved up to lightweight with Max Holloway. So we'll see. This is a little tricky to try and figure out. But on to number six, Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega, he's withering out, man. It sucks to say, but I it just he's withering out, man. He really is. He's not, he's kind of just a placeholder right now for the dudes that are coming up. And that's why I think they're gonna put him up against somebody like Aljamain Sterling. Well, goodness, excuse me. Um, or they're gonna put him up against somebody like Arnold Allen. Just try and feed him to somebody so that he can just kind of have his way out. Him and Josh Emmett, they're gonna have their way out of the division. On to number five, Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is coming off of a loss against Brian Ortega. He fought last year in February, and now he is fighting Patricky Pitbull. Patricky Pitbull, I think, is going to. I I wholeheartedly believe that Patricky Pitbull is going to destroy Yair Rodriguez, and that's all biased. I could really care less. I really like Patricky Pitbull. Patricky Pitbull's gonna. I think he's gonna dominate Yair Rodriguez, and Yair Rodriguez coming off of a loss, and with the Lerone Murphy win, I believe Lerone Murphy should fight Yair Rodriguez, or he could fight somebody like Sterling, or he could fight Yusuf Zalal coming off of a win. And like I said before, he could fight these up and coming dudes because I don't think Yair Rodriguez is gonna have another win where he's gonna be shot up into title contention. On to number four. Now we're getting into number four, like we're getting into that top four. This is where it gets really tricky. This is where it gets tricky because Mosar Evloev, he's undefeated. He's coming off of even though it was really like controversial, his win over Sterling, he did win. He did win. He's number four, and the thing is, we're gonna talk about it because we don't have any like it's not like I can just go piece by piece. Diego Lopez is fighting Alexander Volkanovski for the title very soon. I don't I believe it's 313, maybe 314. This is tricky. This is tricky because Evloev legitimately Evloev is the next in line for a title shot, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Toporia's out of the division. Like I said, with Max Holloway, they moved up to lightweight. So lightweight will be another jam-packed video. But man, like I really don't know what to say from here other than predictions. Alexander Volkanovski is going to go into this fight, and he needs to tuck his chin for the first 2 rounds against Diego Lopez. He needs to work the body, takedowns a little bit, and he needs to put that pressure on Diego Lopez because Diego Lopez isn't the best with his 5 round fights. His cardio is not the best. His cardio is not the best. It's not, and I stand on that. And anybody can tell me otherwise, and I will go back and forth with you. Diego Lopez does not have the best like he doesn't have the best cardio. He doesn't. Um, Evloev will there's like a high chance Evloev becomes champion. Like unfortunately, yeah. He is like even though he's boring and everything, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we do from here. I think Volkanovski is gonna beat Diego Lopez. He's gonna be the new champion. I can't wait. I can't wait. Volka's my favorite fighter. I love Volkanovski. He's just that guy. But I think Volkanovski is gonna hold the title again. He's gonna fight Evloev, possibly lose to Evloev, and then everything will fall from there. He'll Diego Lopez will probably fight another contender, get himself back in a title contention, and then I don't know. I don't know what to say about the featherweight division right now because of all of the news and how jam-packed the featherweight and the lightweight division is right now. You know? Um, but yeah. Yeah, man, I'm still kind of in awe and I'm still in shock that this is what's going on with the featherweight division. But mark my words, Volkanovski holds the title again. Evloev will become champion by the end of this year. And with that, my brothers, sisters, my friends, everybody watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are. Reach out to me on my socials I have in my bio. And I thank y'all so much for tuning into this video and showing the amount of love that you guys do. And I will be back very, very soon, my friends. Very soon. Because I have a little known creator. Not a little known. Not a little known. I say a little known, but not a lot of people know about him. But this man is an inspiration for me when it comes to matchmaking. If you want to look him up, his name is T-Ball Paul. I have him coming on the show very soon. And please look out for little updates and little spoilers that I'm going to throw out there. I'll see y'all very, very soon. And with that, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.